Hi everyone, this is part 2 of the sort command, looking at some more advanced sort scenarios. So in the previous video we did a sort on the names2.txt file, which you can see on the screen, and we sorted it by field 1, so the primary key was field 1, so it's sorted by surname, and then we said okay, let's specify the second key to sort by. So if we have two surnames that are the same, then we're going to use the second key, which is going to be field 2. So if we have two surnames the same, then it will move on and it will sort based on field 2, so it will sort on the forename. And then of course the name of the file, names2.txt, and then you can see the output. That all works fine as long as the keys are adjacent to each other. So let's look at a different scenario. So let's sort by surname, and then if we have two surnames that are the same, so for example in our list you can see that we've got two Robertsons. So if we've got two surnames that are the same, let's this time sort by the age as the second key. So remember, age is field 3 and it's numeric, so we need to put in the n and then names2.txt. Okay, I'll just scroll that down so you can see it. So what you'll notice is probably not what you'd expect. So when we get to the two surnames that are the same, we've got two Robertsons. I've said that if the surnames are the same, then sort them based on their age. And you can see that it appears not to have done that because Kenneth is 53 and Margaret's 43, so you'd expect those to be round the other way. The reason for that is because the way the sort works is it actually takes the primary key, so in this case the surname, and it starts the sort from that field. So it starts from field 1 and it actually goes all the way to the end of the line. So what that then means is it will start with field 1, so Robertson will match, so they'll both be the same. So it will continue after Robertson, and the next character it hits will be K for Kenneth and M for Margaret. So obviously the letter K comes before the letter M, so it will by default put the record for Kenneth above Margaret. So it doesn't behave how you would expect it to. If you want to perform the sort in the way you would expect it to work, we actually have to tell it to sort by field 1, and then we have to tell it where to stop its sorting, and then where we want it to start its sorting for the next field. Sounds confusing. Once you see it, it'll make more sense. So the command's going to be updated now to say sort this file using the primary key, which starts at field 1 and ends at field 1. After that, if you have got two records that have field 1 identical, so in other words the two Robertsons, then move on to the second primary key and start it at field 3 and finish it at the end of field 3. So then it will look at the age. So what this will do differently compared to the one above is that it will stop the primary key at the end of field 1, skip over field 2, and then start the secondary key at field 3. So now names2.txt. Let me just scroll this down. So now you'll see we do have the order that we would expect, and that's because it is only using field 1 until it reaches the end of field 1, and then if it's got duplicates it then jumps across to field 3, starting at the beginning of field 3 going to the end of field 3 to do the comparison. So a little bit more complicated. And if you have a wee look at the slides, you can actually take it a step further and you can specify not only where to start the sort key based on the field, but you can actually specify which character in the field to sort by. So I'm not going to go through all this, but just to kind of quickly show you, and it's in the slides, I could say for the primary key, the key will start in field 1, and I want you to start at character 1, and it's a dot, sorry, so field 1, character 1, That's the starting point for the key, and the end point for the sort key is field 1, character 3. So that would actually only use the first 3 characters of the first field as part of the sort key. So you can actually make some really quite complex sort criteria, which is incredibly flexible, and it means you can have some really focused sorting of your files. Okay, that finishes off the sort command. So please have a go at the exercises, and the solutions are also available on Moodle.